Hi everyone. Hello, hello. I am sorry if it might be a little laggy just because my internet's having issues today, unfortunately. Hopefully it does get better throughout the stream. But yes, I will try to make sure that everything goes well. But hello, I hope everyone is doing great. Okay, yeah, we'll wait for some more people. But everyone still sort of understand me? Yes. Yeah, having a bit of internet issues, unfortunately. Hopefully it does, like I said, hopefully it does get better soon. I did want to show you all Isabel today. She's with me. I had Gordon on Monday, but today we have Isabel, and then I'll honestly go through all of them as I stream. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to show you all what my setup looks like right now, just because I know I can't share it, but this is the setup right now that you guys are seeing. My light up keyboard. So true. Yes, hello to Isabel. She's here with us. Okay, yes, so yeah, we'll go ahead and get started soon. But yeah, hopefully my internet is improving a little bit. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and get started soon. It is 5 past. Hello, hello. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Hi. Oh, let me once again turn off this music just so everyone can hear me well. Oh yeah, so in terms of like for the dev post assignment and everything, that is like totally up for you to do. This workshop is just going to help you sort of kind of guide you into like what UI UX is, and then you're able to create some sort of hack or like Figma design based off of like what you learned. So yeah, hopefully that makes more sense. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Intro to UI UX. What is it, and what are we gonna do? All right, yeah. So basically what's going on for the stream, kind of to everyone watching, what is kind of going to be the timeline of today for the next 2 hours. Yeah, we're going to go over the basics, what UI UX is, basic overview terms, and the design process. Yeah, we're going to explore some UI UX decisions. How can we make our site pretty? And then design ideas that don't really matter, but are also really life altering. So self-explanatory. And then yeah, the third part of the stream is going to be me finally designing my personal website. I have been taking forever to do this, so I think it'll be great to show on stream. And yes, I am totally here for front-end developers. As you all know, I love everyone. I love every front-end developer. We're out here doing our thing. But yeah, so third part of the stream, join me as I design my own personal website from start to finish in Figma. Long awaited. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and also give a little introduction about me, right? So who am I? Who's Ellie? Oh my gosh, yeah, just seeing some comments here. Procrastinated, yeah, no, literally same. Like, it's been so bad. I just can't. And it's the summer. I start school like in 2 months. Like, this is the time for me to design my website. So yeah, totally get it. For sure. But yeah, I'll go ahead and do an intro about myself. So, for those of you who haven't heard from me yet, this is your first stream from me. Hi, I'm an incoming sophomore student at the University of Illinois. I'm majoring in information sciences, minoring in computer science. I am an MLH coach, of course. You might see me at some events, either past or upcoming in the future. I'm a software developer for an organization called Hack for Impact. We create software for nonprofit organizations. I'm also a FIRST Robotics alum, so if anyone did robotics, you might know about FIRST Robotics, and I'm currently interning at IBM. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Yeah, and then of course, stream resources. So for today, it's only just going to be the slides. They are already on my site. If you go to the mlh-le.uwu.ai, it is there for you all. In case you want the slides for today, if you can't make it to the entire stream, no worries. So yeah, let's get started. I'm super hyped. Any comments or thoughts or questions throughout the stream, I will try to answer them. But I might miss them, so no worries on that. I will kind of like go back, try to do that as well. Yeah, someone asked, do you also do backend development? Not really. I mostly just do front end stuff, or that's what I've been mainly focusing on for however long I've been coding. So, yep, no back end, not really. But yeah, let's get started. So yeah, intro. We are gonna talk about basically what UI UX is not. So it isn't art, and I really what's it called, like emphasize this every time I kind of like go over like UI UX. You think of art as something that is uh like to be interpreted, right, by like other people. It's like it has different interpretations. Like art can have like that effect on people. It just has different emotional responses and stuff like that. And I'm here to kind of say that UI UX design is not that at all. So UI UX design is design with purpose, right? So graphic design, industrial design, content design, so stuff like that. Like it's basically everything is strategic with UI UX, or whether that be for aesthetic purposes or like content architecture purposes, right? So yeah, so as some of us may know, UI stands for user interface, and then UX stands for user experience. So that's kind of what the UI/UX is. Does UI redesign like or like I guess what this person's asking, is it considered as UX? Yeah, so UI and UX are like two different things, and we'll go over them now. So yeah, let's talk about user interface, UI. So what a user interacts with, right? So this is like the devices, screens, and what's displayed on it, right? User interface design is a design discipline focused on the visual elements of the interface, right? So everything that you see visually, right? And this is what kind of some of the things that like are considered like when you talk about UI, right? So layout, right? Where do the elements appear on the screen? Colors, right? What palette is used, and what emotions do those colors potentially provoke, right? Typography, what typefaces are used, what do they communicate? Are we trying to say that this company is like more quirky, or is this company like very serious, right? Like depending on like what type of font they're using, we can kind of get like that vibe, right? It's an emotion. It's kind of what these sort of things like evoke within us. Interaction design, right? How do elements respond to user interaction, right? Do every time you hover over it, does it do a little pop-up, and how does that make us feel? How does that like say about the entire website? What does that say about the organization, the company, etc.? Right? Brand identity, right? How do all of these visual elements come together to represent the brand's vision? Like again, mentioning like, what does all this together kind of showcase about the website, about the brand, about everything like that? Um, and something else as well is like responsiveness and usability. Like, is the interface easy to use across different devices, right? What do we have that responsiveness thing going on, or is it just really bad? Accessibility and inclusivity. Does the interface work for everyone, right? So, are visually impaired users able to, like view those things? Like, are we able to see like text? Additionally, right, it doesn't even have to be that. Like, also like users who are, like certain type of like colorblind, right? Like they aren't able to see some colors, and how does that affect, the website? How does that affect like their experience? So yeah, and then also this also counts front end development, right? What is the code and technical backbone powering the interface, right? What are we using to kind of showcase all of our details on the screen? So yeah, that's a little, just some overview on UI. We'll go over user experience, right? So user experience, as it may seem, right, is the entire experience around a product or service, right? We're taking into consideration the user's emotional state, the context or environment, and designed system or artifact, right? So we're focused on designing for pleasure rather than the absence of pain. And I think this is super crucial to like think about and really process, because it's like, you know, uh, back in like back when technology was like barely resurfacing, right? Like let's go back like 20, 30 years. Um, only like technically able people were like could use like certain technologies, right? Like computers couldn't just be used by anyone, right? It had to be by someone technically, like available. So yeah, over the years it's kind of developed as something that we're designing for like the visual pleasure aspect of it to our eyes, right? Rather than like not having to like deal with like itty gritty stuff, if that makes sense. So I think this is something super important to consider when, like you're talking about user experience. Um, so yeah, and then this includes, right, user journey, the entire process surrounding the use of a product, from the problem being solved through the impact of the solution. So yeah, just basically what is the entire process that the user goes through uh, as we kind of go through like the problem towards a solution. This also includes user research. You might have heard about this as well. Like, what is that, right? So it's qualitative and quantitative research to put the user at the center of the design process. And later on, we'll go over some methodologies that designers use to really like bring this together as we kind of talk about like user-centered design. Yeah, and then this also like includes, right, deliverables to document the user experience, define the workflows, features of product or design, right? This also includes like personas, summaries of examples, and target users. And this is all just based off user research, right? Like personas are going to be things that how does like one person how does one user differ from another that is using the same product? Journey maps, right? A timeline of user actions related to accomplishing a particular goal related to a product or design. And then storyboards, which is a sequence of panels, kind of like a comic book, where we depict a user story chronologically, right? So from start to finish, kind of where does the user start on the page, on the app, and where do they end? And then prototypes, of course, right? Sketches, wireframes, designs used together, feedback, and really just kind of hone in on the final design for that. Um, and this kind of looks like this you'll see right here. So UX is basically focused on three things: system, user, and context, right? So like how does all of this really come together? So yeah, that's kind of just overall like what UI and UX really mean generally. We'll go over now the 5 elements of UX design. These are from Jesse James Garrett. So yeah, we'll talk about some of the things here. So surface, skeleton, structure, scope, and strategy, right? So what does surface mean, right? So surface determines how the product will look like, and choosing the right layout, typography, colors. So this is basically just what everyone sees on the screen. That is like overall like in the most high level thing possible. That's what surface is. And then we'll go to skeleton here. So interface skeleton includes three main things, which is interface design, navigation design, and information design. So interface design is kind of what we see presenting and arranging interface elements to enable users to interact with the functionality of the system. So this includes like, okay, we're like having our buttons, having our nav bar, having our footer, having our dashboard. Is the user going to have a dashboard? Is a user going to have like their own like profile page, things like that? That is interface design. What is it going to include? How is the functionality of everything? And then we have navigation design, which is how to navigate through the information using the interface. Are we going to use, like, is this going to be a blog, right? Are they going to be skipping through? Are they going to be sliding through? Are they going to be like holding content in folders? Are they going to be holding content through grids? Are they like kind of how that looks like, if that makes sense? So that is navigation design. How will they navigate through information? Yeah. And then information design defines the presentation of information in which, in a way that facilitates understanding. So, what in like how is the information going to be laid out particularly, and how in a strategic and specific way, so that it can be most best understood. So yeah, that's the skeleton. It's definitely like a lot, right? It's more than you would like typically consider. I'd like to say with with like again interface, navigation, and information, right? So all of those three things combined. um yeah, and then we'll go over structure, right? So structure, this kind of also includes good interaction design, so and good information architecture. So this is what structure consists of, and we'll go over some key points of what is good interaction design and what is good information architecture, right? So good interaction design helps people accomplish their goals, right? We effectively communicate interactivity and functionality, what the users can do. So a user will never be on an app and not know that you could ever do this, right? That is interaction design is key. Informs the user about state changes, like the file has saved, any feedback while they interact is good interaction design. Prevents user error or mistakes, like the system asks the user to confirm potentially harmful actions. So we'll kind of see some examples of that. I definitely highlighted some of that because I think good interaction design is incredibly important alongside information architecture, right? So kind of that consists of like organizing, categorizing, and prioritizing information based on user needs and business objectives, because we also have to keep the business in mind. um, Especially when you're designing sort of things, like if you are having a store, you need to make sure that people are going to buy things, and how are we going to lay out that information so that people buy things, right? um, that is also going to influence the architecture, the architecture of the information. And then it also makes it easy to understand and move through the information presented. So, it's not going to be difficult for users to go to where they're looking for. Flexible to accommodate growth and adapt to change, right? So, sort of like, how are we going to see that certain things like Twitter, for example, right? How is Twitter going to handle like the multitude of tweets and information that they have to process, right? Like, and how is that going to be sorted? Like, Twitter has like their trending page, Instagram has like the explore page, right? So they have like certain things in which they see that these sort of things are kind of like outlined in a particular way. And that's having good information architecture. And it's appropriate for the audience. So who exactly is going to be using the app, and who are we wanting to make sure that they're going to see what they need to see? So yes. Yeah, and then we'll talk about kind of some of my favorite examples of incredible interaction design. So we see here Notion and Tumblr. These are just like some examples that I thought of at the top of my head, in which I realized, hey, you know, let's point out some similarities here about like what kind of like crucial design like aspects that both of these have, right? So Notion, we see a defined title, right? The danger zone. Tumblr says like, now just a minute, right? Like this is something that the user is seeing like clearly. Like this is um extensive, right? We also have colors that are highlighted, right? Notion has that red, delete entire workspace. Tumblr has that delete everything, right? This is important. This is in red, and red like lets us know that, like warning, like something is wrong, like, it's catching our eye. Um and then both of these you see here, like Notion has the little icon that says learn more about deleting workspaces. Like what exactly does it mean when you delete your workspace, right? And then Tumblr kind of explains everything, right? Like, you're not deleting your blog, you're deleting literally everything, your account, your posts, everything. So they're letting you know that this can't be undone. So this is also like, there's just more info for the user. And then both of them also kind of have a second call to action. So Tumblr makes you like put your email and password. Notion will give you a pop-up that's saying like, hey, like warning, like just checking. Or I think they also make you put in your password as well. So good interaction design, making sure that you don't delete everything. So incredibly crucial stuff to kind of like take in mind, and part of like the entire elements of UX. Yeah, and then we'll kind of briefly go over like scope and strategy, right? So scope, basically defining what the functional and content requirements are. What are the features and content contained in the application of like the product, right? So what requirements are like should fulfill and be aligned with the strategic goals. So functional versus content requirements, what does this mean? So functional requirements, like, okay, do we need, like, let's, for example, this is kind of um this is in reference to like an app that I was building last semester. So the app needed to be able to save audio and images, right? That is a functional requirement. We're building a website language learning app. We need it to, like, these are like incredible, like crucial functional requirements that the app must do. That's why we're different than everyone else, right? That is a functional requirement. Content requirement, it needs to be able to include like user data or whatever. So yeah, that is something like very, very important to consider, right? When we're talking about like functional and content requirements, and like what the scope is, right? What is the app completely not going to be able to do, and what does the app need to do, like very, very specifically. So yeah, that's just kind of also something to think about when we're talking about UX design. And then let's go over strategy, right? So the goal is to define user needs and business objectives, as we've talked about. So through a strategic research process where you interview users and all stakeholders, in addition to reviewing competitor products or companies. So yeah, like how are you going to hone in on why your app is going to be better than others, why your app is going to have like the best like design interface like ever or whatever, right? Like what business objectives are you trying to meet? Are you going to sell something? Are you going to provide products? Are you going to provide services? What does that look like? So yes, the 5 S's of UX, as someone mentioned in the comments, that is what that is. So yeah, basically that is kind of what that is. And then we'll go over and talk about, I've been talking a lot about users, right? So like the users are doing this, users are doing that, what is the user going to be able to do, etc. Users, we have two phrases or two terms, sorry, that is like user and end user, right? So user refers to anyone who may use or maintain a product. This can include people like system administrators, IT experts, or computer technicians. And then, yeah, as I was mentioning in early computing, right? These were the only people really using computers, using computing systems, since they required like technical knowledge. But like today, the user and end user, maybe ultimately the same person, right? So someone who's using a website, like they built it, but they're also using it. And also like another user, for example, like may not have um the skills to like know how to code it, obviously, but they're still using the website. They are the end user. This is kind of also an example that I could give is like a blood pressure machine. Right, someone, the doctor, you go to the doctor and you're getting your blood pressure like measured or whatever. But people also have these types of machines at home to test their own like blood pressure machine, right? So different user and end user that you'll see there. That's kind of sort of the example. And then, excuse me while I take a quick water break. Definitely feel like I'm talking a lot more than my React workshop. But yeah, this is kind of sort of what I'm talking about when we like say like users, for example. All right, and then now let's head over to Uiux methodologies, right? So today's designers basically can choose between a wide variety of methods for any project, pretty much, right? So getting to know some of these key methodologies is going to help us understand how different designers kind of approach different problems and tackle solutions, right? So these also offer a lot of structure and consistency to focus on problems that really drive like success within like the design process, right? Where designers are on the same page, and also like developers as well, like to really like understand like what certain objectives have to be met. And then this can also just be like within a project, an organization, or even an entire industry. So definitely like important to consider. So yeah, let's first talk about the double diamond model. So the double diamond here is kind of divided into two different sections. So, side issues. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think we are back. I think we should be back. Okay. Yes, double diamond model. Um, Strategy and execution. Decide what to fix and decide how to fix it, right? So, um, these sort of processes are going like simultaneously like through cycles, right? So um there's the four phases: discover, define, develop, deliver, right? Discover, we're exploring users, the market, we're doing user interviews, surveys, other research. Defining, so we're sorting and analyzing that information we gathered during the discovery stage, and then we hone in on the problem we're trying to solve. When we develop, we generate a range of ideas for possible solutions through brainstorms, the different prototypes, other just like methods, and then we test ideas with users or within the company to see like what is good. And then we deliver, right? We hone in on, develop, and deliver the solution, right? We continue evaluating and testing the design to ensure that it meets user needs. So that's kind of what the double diamond model is. And you'll see that it sometimes like goes back, right? Like, we define, but then let's see like it's not like scoped out enough, right? So we go back to discovering like what exactly is the problem. Like we're always kind of flipping back and forth, and that's kind of what the double diamond model is. But we always are following kind of like these four steps and like structure. All right, and then we also have design thinking, right? So kind of this is like similar to like how we are going to approach um like certain things, right? So design thinking, right? Puts people at the center of every process and encourages designers to set aside assumptions, right? So like instead of designing a new student's like our new children's like toothbrush, for example, a design thinking approach would be how to clean teeth. And then as a problem, and then we'd explore the solutions for that. So we're kind of like putting out like our biases aside, right? And this design thinking like process is what has inspiration, ideation, and then implementation. We're kind of thinking about sort of different things through like empathizing, understanding where people are coming from. We're defining a product or a problem. We're creating ideas, we're prototyping, and then we're testing. So yeah, that's kind of that. And then we got a question here that says, where does making our UI more accessible fall in these models? Yeah, so definitely we have, I think um there's a model at the very end here that I'll go over that I think definitely like accessible UI is going to fall into. And then yes, I think that's a huge thing as of late, making the web more accessible. Totally, for sure, like 100% agree with you. I think that is like incredibly crucial, and I think we're definitely making strives towards that as well. Like keeping into consideration like people of like every sort of type, like of like anything you would like ever think of, and then kind of how we can make sure that every user is going to be able to use the internet, right? So yeah, this is design thinking. Um, right, we are kind of going through all these like 5 things. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, user-centered design. So this goes into specifying, designing, evaluating, and understanding. Puts users at the center, right? UCD puts users at the center of product development and involves them in the design from the very beginning, right? So design is seen as an iterative process here that incorporates user feedback both during development process and after launch, right? You'll notice that like a lot of like companies really definitely like this method of design, just because um it responds to both like contexts of use, right? So the user's environment, technology, and emotional state, as well as business goals, right? Like how are these users responding to like the way that different information is presented for their own business, for example. So yeah, this is definitely like a very important also, like just type of methodology that I think would be really great for like even just like different like website developers to kind of keep in mind when designing. And then yeah, defining good UX. I think this is something like interesting, and I think again how someone mentioned like in the comments, right? Like making our UI accessible. So you'll kind of see here, accessible is a key word in what good UX is, right? Um, uh, so we have useful, right? Fulfills the user's needs. Usable, it's easy to understand. Desirable, visually attractive and succinct. Findable, easy to navigate and find information. Accessible, right? Users with disabilities can use the product, right? It's credible, the product, company, and services are trustworthy. It's valuable, delivers business values. And then, like for example, like Google to defining the characteristics of a good user experience, right? So they kind of use, for example, the format of like usable, equitable, enjoyable, and useful. So this is like also kind of like similar kind of thing that like Google's like good UX definition is, but definitely I think these are some of the main things when we talk about good UX and kind of what that means when we talk about that. So yeah, we have a question here as well. What are some key differences between good UX for web-based and app-based design? Yeah, I definitely can go over I guess like just some things off the top of my head. I don't like have a slide for this or anything. Um let's see. I'd say like definitely understanding kind of like certain like well my the first thing that comes to mind for me at least is understanding like what like each purpose is. The like the app is going to be used like right on a mobile device, so how is that going to be different from someone using a website? Understanding that a website is going to be have like more functionality and more like information on it, while an app is going to be a little bit more condensed, and you have to really think about like how condensed that information is going to be as opposed to like having it on a website, right? So I guess those are just like some key differences that I like just am thinking of at the top of my head. Understanding that an app needs to hold the same amount of information, but in a completely different way. But yeah, I can definitely like we'll go over like some of that other like stuff as well that you'll kind of see later on in the stream. Um, but yes, let's talk about some other things as well, just some more like key terms. So we have wireframing, um, lo-fi and hi-fi. You might have like heard that these are like just some like buzzwords that you hear around design, like low fidelity, high fidelity. So what you see here is a wireframe. A wireframe is a low fidelity representation of a digital interface that defines the content, layout, and page elements. So yeah, so low fidelity, as you see, is basically just something like just sketches of like maybe like where a picture is going to be, where the search bar is going to be, where the text is going to be, things like that. Just super simple. High fidelity is the high fidelity prototypes that you might hear of that are basically like the actual like app, like what developers are seeing and what developers are going to be coding and copying directly from. So that's an example of kind of what low fidelity and high fidelity mean. And then yeah, so wireframing helps us like explore ideas and like just more rapidly, just high level communication with like a team of developers or a team of designers. You're going to be explaining to them like what each certain thing will do and where you want certain things laid out, right? So they're placeholders for high fidelity elements and should be represented as simply as possible. So as you see here, like this is like an example of what like a designer might do for like an app. It's an example there. So yeah, now this is like one of my like my favorite parts of the stream now, UI UX decisions. We'll go over some incredible decisions that I think are important to keep in mind when we talk about good UI. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I want to also briefly talk about some UI UX laws that I think, or these are not like strictly UI UX, but these are laws that kind of apply to the design, like UI UX design, like you know entire like thing. It's just like super important to kind of like keep sort of these things in mind when we're designing. So yeah, we have Weber's law. Our body adapts to small changes, right? So adding in new features one by one. You'll notice a lot of apps do this, right? So you'll have like Instagram coming out with stories, and then they come out with reels, and then they come out with, they start like, they don't throw everything at your face. And you might even like realize like some apps kind of like already like are doing this, right? The Weber's law is the the little you like pile the little bits you pile on, and then later, like in 3 years, that is a big amount of changes, right? But as users like going through it, you might not it's not as noticeable, it's not as um you know like insane. So yeah, we adapt better to small changes. um and one example that I kind of like really like think about is when Snapchat released like an incredibly huge, completely redesigned update around like 2018, and people went insane and they lost a lot of their users, and that is because you don't just make big changes like that and expect users to be okay with it. So yeah, I think like simple, like self-explanatory law that even some companies might not really fully grasp, especially in 2022. But yeah, just some things from Weber's law. Jacob's law: users prefer sites that work the same way as other apps/sites they already know. My like biggest example of this is like Instagram likes. So you double tap to like. That is like universal now, and I feel like that has always been like incredibly like universal. Or like ever since like Instagram, right? TikTok, you like double tap to like, and basically any other app you really like consider, it's like if there is some sort of like liking feature, like you will double tap to it because that is what you are doing on all these other apps. So that's kind of what Jacob's law does, or like explains, right, the like some sort of psychology behind it. I can also like, let's see, I don't know if I can think of like some other examples at the top of my head right now. Um, I just know like the double tap is a big one. I don't like scrolling like left to right. So if you're yes, YouTube also has double tap, like that, exactly my point. That is also another thing, right? It's like all these other apps like know that that double tap is that like feature. Um Instagram Reels probably has it too. Yeah, okay. I think Instagram Reels also has double tap. Um, so yeah, just something like that. Yes, the scrolling from left to right. So for example, I know also just like you're scrolling like either like on Instagram, it's like that, endless scroll that a lot of apps have. You don't expect to do really anything else, right? Like if you have like just a blog or whatever. things like that, like Twitter, right? You just scroll endlessly. I think that's also like another example of that. Yeah. Fitts law is the longer the distance and smaller the target size, the longer it takes. So this is an example of, I'd say, like, I guess I can explain it as best as I can, but um, a grid of like, say for example, you're choosing like what your favorite fruit is on a site, and then there's like five different options of fruits, and then they're all in like a little grid, like images of fruits, like it's just five. It's going to be super easy to click through, right? You're going to have, it's only five choices. You're going to choose your favorite fruit out of the five. And that takes couple seconds to choose that one. But for example, let's say you're on a survey and they're like, all right, look through this entire drop down menu and find your college. That is going to take forever because there are so many options and there are so many choices, and you have to scroll through like a ton of information to look exactly for the option that you're looking for. So that is why that Fitts law just explains that the less options and the more visible, the better than just obviously like the tiny little like database you have to scroll through pretty much. So that's also kind of like an example of Fitts law. And then we have Hicks law. The time to make a decision increases with the number and complexity of choices, right? So selecting from an option of choices instead of just allowing the user to put like other, right? So that's also like an example. You're not going to give like 500 choices of like what your favorite fruit is when you could just give five and then be like, okay, you can just put other in case it's not any of these five, right? So Hicks law, just some things to like keep in mind, right? When you're designing, you don't want to give the user a million options, is basically one of the main points. So yeah, these are just examples of some laws that apply to UI UX. And then we have this: attractive things work better. Don Norman. Um, this is like a law. It's not like a titled law, right? It's not like an official law, but this is something that just works like in our brains. This is how our brains work. Attractive things work better. Do they? No, they don't. But it is just something that we have like ingrained, that sometimes we like think of like just as an internal bias within ourselves. We think that the prettier it looks, the better it is. Um, the it's gonna work better, and it's not. That's not always the case. You have some really crappy looking sites that are literally amazing, like they get the job done, as opposed to something that is beautifully designed but it doesn't work that well. And you might even like think of examples like these in your daily life where it's like, this is such a, like, it looks pretty, it's a nice app, but it just doesn't do doesn't do anything, it doesn't do crap. So I think that's also just like something that is an internal bias within ourselves that we may even, um, need to like keep in mind when we're, selecting different applications for ourselves, or also, you know, use this to our encounter, right? You have to, or use this in our favor. Um, you have to design as pretty as possible so that people like can fall into this and think that it does work better. um, Yes, and yeah, just an example. Yeah, and then we have a comment here, right? Totally more likely to click on MLH-LE Uiux than, right, an ugly looking link, right? Exactly. Um, and then we have here, I guess the real meaning behind this phrase is that a website with good UX will work, but a website with better UI will work better. But UX will always be the winner. So true. Definitely agree with you. Yeah, that's exactly kind of what this phrase kind of entails. Um, yeah. Now let's go ahead and talk about some design decisions. Um, let's talk about some labels, right? Left or right of toggle. So kind of what does this look like, right? Let's talk about how labels are supposed to be, we'll go over like some like design examples. So you'll see here on the left side, the label on the left side of a toggle is typical form convention. Um, so it indicates what the switch is for, right? So left to right reading languages are going to benefit from this, right? You're reading a label, and then the toggle is right next to it for you to make it decide an action based on the label for it, right? So an example here is like show week number. Okay, I'm gonna show it, or don't show it. Show declined events, also show them or not. And then if you have the you have it on the right side though, as you kind of see here, right? So it is breaking convention. And then the right side indicates the state of the switch, right? So it's either on or off. That's kind of like an example of like what that means, like having the label on the opposite side. And typically you want the label on the left side. We don't want to break what conventions already established. So just as a like heads up for anyone, if you are like designing some sort of like toggle and you need to put your label, put it on the left side as a precaution. Yeah, so now we have the question of buttons. Do we want some rounded buttons, or do we want straight edged buttons? I'd love to also like hear some thoughts on what, what some people think, which ones kind of we all prefer. If anyone has any like if anyone is like a designer, like designs or, codes or whatever, it's like, what do you typically do? Rounded for the win. So true, so true. I always adding a cute little border radius. um yes. This is so true. Um Rounded feel more like a casual, comfortable setting, so I like them better. Yeah, and you guys would all be right. So straight edge buttons appear more traditional, um, but they actually trigger what is called the Kiki effect, which is sharp meaning like serious/danger, and this is exactly what like they seem unfriendly. Yeah, because it is like literally like like a psychology thing of like us thinking that they're just so like, it means like something like bad. So I definitely this is definitely like perfect for that. Yeah, rounded. uh it differentiates buttons, right, from just like regular text. Also it appeals to like what is called the contour bias, so rounded being friendly, and then it's positive reinforcement, so it just like makes it seem better. So yeah, so you'd all be right. Every time you're making a button, make sure that you put that border radius, because they're always going to be so much better. All right, page title. So, do you want to refer to like when you're making like some sort of dashboard, or you're making like like my profile, my home, or are you going to say your home, your dashboard? Kind of how would you type that out on the screen, right? So, yes, we have what is yes, the my shorter, okay. All right. Yeah, let's take a look. So, yep, my dashboard. So let's users tell the system what to do. So publish my photos, publish my announcements. And then your dashboard is system describes the content, right? Your photos you encountered. Um, yeah, my centers the user, your centers the developer. Yeah, I think I definitely like agree with that. It's just I definitely say that there is no like right answer to this. It is more of like in what context you're using it, right? So yeah, like um system describes the content, like so your photos you encountered an error, like the you have like ran into like a 404 or whatever, right? Like it is talking to the user, the computer is talking to the user. And then my is like publish my photos, right? So that would be like a button, for example, publish my attachments, go to my settings. Yeah, go to my dashboard. So yeah, it would be my dashboard, for example, in this case would be um, the correct like setting for that. You'd want to put my dashboard. Um, so yeah, and just like as a reminder, right? Two-way. This is like a two-way conversation with the computer. So that's kind of how you want to like describe that. Um, yes, a lot of people are on Twitch. um, but yes, I think majority of people are on Twitch. um, yes. Okay. All right. Dark mode. Dark gray or black. I feel like this is such like controversial. I'm curious to hear what people have to say about this one before I reveal what to use. Um, do we prefer dark gray or black? I don't know. I'm so curious. Okay, we have a lot of dark grays, a couple blacks, yeah. Black when something extraordinary or professional. Okay, interesting take. Might as well turn the screen off if it's black. Yeah, interesting. Why do we prefer dark gray? There's so many people with dark gray. Yeah, well, okay. Let's talk about it. All right. Dark gray or black? So black, um, some of the good things about this, right? Yes, reduces brightness on displays. It does save power. Someone mentioned this, right? Black saves power. Yep. It does make white text a little harder to read, as someone literally just said, right? White on black hurts my eyes. Yeah, that is a thing. um it increases eye strain. So yeah, definitely having see Instagram, right? Having an example of this. I personally really like the black on Instagram though. Just cause like I think it just like looks good. Like for Instagram. Just cause the whole entire screen like is just content. You're not actually like the black doesn't really do anything. It's just like the background color, I feel like. I don't know. I don't know if people agree or like think the same about it. I use like Instagram all the time. And I used to have everything on dark mode, and um that's what like that is. But yeah, dark gray reduces eye strain. Not as much like reducing brightness. But one of the like key things about dark gray is that it is actually recommended by Google's material design, expressed elevation. So yeah. Um So I'd like to say that like dark gray is the way to go. So using dark gray. Another app that uses dark gray is Notion for their dark mode. Um, yes, this is definitely a comment I agree with, right? Black on Instagram is good because content from people so vibrant. So true. That is exactly why I like it as well. I think the dark gray would just make it weird. I don't know. Um, it's like Instagram is all pictures, right? So um yeah. So definitely agree with that. Discord gray doesn't look so good. I don't know. I think it works for Discord just for like it's easy on the eyes, you know. I personally don't have like a strong opinion about any of the colors really. Um I just think like I think yeah. Uh dark gray for Notion I think makes sense just cuz if they're having white text instead of black text, right? Like on white screen, then you wouldn't want that like eye strain, especially since Notion is going to be all like a lot of just text. So yeah. So use dark gray in conclusion, unless, you know, of course this is all just um like design preferences. That doesn't mean you always have to go with these, but these are just kind of an example. Yes, Discord needs less eye strain because it's for chatting and reading. Of course, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The worst dark mode is the ugly blue thing. So true. No, yeah, I think does Twitter have it? I feel like Twitter had some sort of like ugly like dark mode. I was like, I'm gonna just switch to like pure black. Twitter does. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say like, oh, Twitter, like, I don't know what Twitter's doing. Anyways, um, yeah, terrible. Anyways, pop-ups. All right, let's talk about some pop-ups. So when you see a pop-up, do you want the cancel button or the close, like the X, right? So kind of what can we really like um like depending right on the scenario, right? Do we want it to say close? Do we want it to say cancel? Yeah, and I definitely would agree with having it be uh yes. Uh yeah, the close and the cancel I think are definitely, either or, right? Close is you can quickly dismiss it, and this is for non-critical pop-ups, right? If it's just closing a modal, then use the close button. Yep, definitely. This is like the on the screen here, right? You want if it's gonna be nothing like that important. Destructive actions require cancel. So true. Yep. Destructive steps explicitly declare, right, that you want to cancel something. Like, are you sure? Like, similar to what we talked about with like, good like interface design, right? Like, how are we going to make sure that users aren't going to delete their accounts all of a sudden? It's using stuff like this. And you even see as well on the cancel, right, on this particular example, like, we have that red, right? It's like those bold colors that are going to kind of differentiate like what that is. Yeah, so that is all like for this segment. If you want to learn more about like what is it, this designer Tom on TikTok has this series called Design Decisions That Don't Effing Matter, and I absolutely love this. Every time he pops up on my For You page, absolutely love this. Got some of these from him. Learn more about like all the stuff that he does on his TikTok. He has a ton of more videos of like more interesting like just design concepts that he goes through that I went some of over them today, but he just has a lot more. Oh, TikTok has been in India. I'm so sorry. I think he might have like some YouTube stuff that you could definitely maybe even check out. I'll see, but um he does have TikTok. He does have a website as well. Uh, I think it's in there. Yep, designertom.io. So he has some stuff on there as well. But yeah, and then once again, resources and links. So for all of the slides that I have, or the slides that I cover today, are on my website for you to check out and kind of see. And I will also have like not only this, but I'll also like cover like all of the articles that I like that went into like all this research for these slides. I will also link them. So if you want to like go back and like just do a deep dive of even more stuff, definitely check this out like in a couple days. I'll have that. Yeah. Someone said, thank you for sharing some of your insights on UI UX design. It really helps us as a developer. Of course. I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm so glad that you found a lot of this stuff helpful. Definitely super passionate about like, like design and stuff. Um, all right, so we will do a little quick break time. So stream is not over yet. Second part of the stream will have me going through website building and just going through like building my own portfolio, as I mentioned before. So some code stuff, I'll wireframe something so you can see like me wireframing like on Figma, finishing the design, sketching, maybe even having like some insight from all of you on giving me maybe like some inspiration. It is just kind of like I'm just gonna be building my like website, and just all of you will be following along. So yeah, I will be back in a bit, and also for all of you guys to take a break. Oh yeah, we have a question. I know I can recognize a good design from a bad one, but how do I point out exactly what is wrong with it? I'm unable to put it into words. Yeah, I think one of the main things I'd say is like, uh, yeah, I think it's really great that you're able to, recognize good from bad. Um, I think like, uh, yeah, what someone just responded here, practice and lots of practice. It is definitely like understanding exactly how you're going to communicate. It's an extremely important skill that you just also develop over time. I think one of my um tips of like advice, right? So like this, the honeycomb here, right? Defining of what good UX is. If you can determine what is wrong with it, it is like something within like one of these like like one of these is wrong with it, right? If it's not desirable, it's not useful, it's not valuable, it's not credible, right? It's not findable. So you have to be able to pinpoint exactly what it is that mistake is, and then from there on, like, hey, like it's not incredibly like your decision here. It is was not useful for whatever you're building, right? Or it's not like viable. It's not accessible. It's not. It doesn't look pretty, right? Like sometimes stuff is just like flat out isn't pretty, like in terms of like aesthetic purposes, right? As we mentioned, like it just needs to. A lot of it needs to be like looking nice, right? But yeah, I'd say just kind of pointing out exactly something is wrong with it. You're right. But like what exactly is the word for it? And I think maybe this honeycomb, for example, will kind of help you like explain that to someone. Um, so yeah. Yeah, no, I'm glad that is helpful. Yes, for sure. Great starting point. Um, but yeah, I yes, of course, no problem. Yeah, someone said I show my designs and prototypes to friends. If they are not comfy, sometimes something needs to be changed. Yeah, that is definitely true. All right, yeah. So I will be back soon. It'll be maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. And then I'll be back to kind of go through the Figma, go through designing my website. Yes. Of course. No worries, it's okay. I'm letting you guys take a break as well from a whole hour of me talking. So yeah, we'll be back soon. Take care. I'll put some music and it'll be just like a couple minutes. Bye bye. right. Hi everyone. I'm back. Okay. Um yes, I'm all right. Oh, wait. Here. What are the vibes? Okay. So, yeah, the vibes for the next hour is just going to be me talking about what I'm designing, what I'm going to be going through with my portfolio. I'm going to be sharing some thoughts I have initially. I'm going to show some cool sites that I think that I have like gotten inspiration from. And I'll talk about what my vision is for my portfolio. So yes, let's go ahead. I'm gonna um, set up my screen over here. Um, but yes, so yeah, screen. No, not this one. This one. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you guys are seeing my screen here. All right, I have my Figma loaded. I have a site that I have already or not a site, a yes, I'm a Marvel fan. I love Marvel. The new Thor movie is coming out this Friday, but I have to decide if I want to watch the Minion movie or the Thor movie. But I don't really want to watch the Thor movie just because I always have hated all the Thor movies, except Ragnarok. Ragnarok is okay. Yes, I'm a Marvel fan. I love Marvel. Okay, yeah. Anyways, side note. Yeah. Okay. Let's actually. Why don't we start off by showing you all my current site right now? My current site is not that hot. It's not that great. Um, this is it. It is from a. I didn't even code it. um, Yes, this is also a card domain. I don't I have not coded I haven't coded my website, my personal portfolio. Could you share the slide link? Yes. It's here. Oh, refresh. It is here. Slides link right there. It is on. Here we go. I'm putting it in the chat for everyone to have. Yes, slides are there. Canva slides. Okay, yeah. So this is it right now. Oh my god. And then a random Figma file. Okay. I'm so sorry. It's so bad right now. Or actually, you know what? Let me show you all the one I had previously because that is like so I have another site that's my full name, so estrellapapoca.uu.ai. And this has more. This has more. It's not just this is just a landing page for my cover letter and then my GitHub. Uh this is everything I've ever done ever. When the Figma file's not centered. I know. Guys, it's super bad. Okay, this is my actual one though. This is the one I be using or have been using to share about myself. So these do little woo, you know. And then I talk about myself. I talk about I have my high school and my college here. I have all my links. How did you make the resume? It is on a site called read.cv, which actually I encourage everyone to check out. Reads.cv is amazing, and mine is just read.cv/Ellie. Um, very cool. Yes, she they pronouns. Yeah, and then anyways, this is yeah, this is what it is so far. I have random logo for a website I was coding. Some of my designs, but they're just crappy designs. They're not even that great. I'm just I just need some stuff to show on here, I guess. I don't know. Just Figma embeds of stuff. This was for Hack Illinois. Actually, this was cute. This was cute. I did like this. But other than that, yeah, this was this was one of my first design projects ever, from last year. Yes, I have a YouTube channel that I will be posting on starting next school year. Anyways, yeah, just okay, this is just all the robotics and cool stuff. Oh my god, you work with Tech Together? That's awesome. Yes, Tech Together. I was marketing director for Tech Together Chicago last, like, or this February, I guess. But yeah, anyways, it's my site. It is not that hot, like I said. Let's talk about what I want to do now. um, um, let me pull up Obsidian. Right, these are some of the notes I have. Also, I'm sorry if this is super small. I hope like how do you even like whatever. Yes, really like the rounded photos. Yeah, the rounded photos definitely I think are like cute. They're a cute addition, but the fact that like this is rounded and then my main photo isn't, guys, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. It's so bad. It's okay. It's not terrible. I don't think it's terrible, but it could be better, and that is what we're doing today. um, okay, let's see. Oh yeah, let me pull Obsidian back up. Yes. So the thing is, okay. Um, I let me go over some. Okay, let me go over some things first. I personally am so my current project I'm doing it with p5.js, so not React. Um and I'm doing it with p5.js because I think it's going to be great for like just a one site portfolio thing, and I'm really big on like the animations and like basically just like everything that I can do like as a front end developer I think is going to be easily conveyed with how I do um like how I'm able to incorporate like p5. So if you don't know what P5 is, it's like a JavaScript library that does like. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up. I could do that. Let me pull it up. P5.js. Um, it is basically just like you can do a bunch of cool stuff with, um, like here. Like get started. Is it get started? Oh, this is like getting started. But you can like draw. It's like you can do like cool like art stuff with it. Um, and where is like all the examples? Oh yeah. So basically this is all you can do, right? There's a bunch of sound stuff. You can play sound on your site. There's a bunch of math stuff, drawing, patterns, um just like, cool stuff like this. I don't know. It's like a lot of cool stuff. Like just so, like animated stuff before. Yeah. P5 is really great. And they have like, like typography support, just like stuff like that. I think it'll be good for like my site, or at least I'll try to like I don't know the logistics of it yet in terms of the coding part, right? But I do know that I want to use P5.js to add cool like functionality stuff. And yeah, we'll talk about some of what that functionality stuff is. So on click, the background is going to like change to like a different art piece that I have made, because I also do like a lot of what is it? Like I do like stuff, and I want to be able to like show that. So the background of it is going to be basically like when someone like clicks on the background, it's just gonna keep changing. So I want that, and then I also want like a drag mouse feature so that it leaves a trail. So like when maybe like some sparkles or something, right? Like or like things like that. I want to also do a drag and drop like little box of different like assets, so people can also play around with some of the projects that I've done within like a little like sandbox. That is definitely not super detailed at all. It makes sense in my head though, and I'll try to like design it for everyone so that it's like, you know, people can do that. Um, and then the theme that I'm going for is like fantasy, mystical. I want some pixel art, um, like video game esque. So let's go through some of the sites that I have for inspiration. The Uncommon Hacks site, uh, literally, look how pretty this is. This is just for hackathon too. Like the cool map, like I love this. It's stunning, stunning. It is so pretty. Like just everything about it. and the way that like it just transitions. You guys see that? Do you guys see this? Do you guys see how stunning this website is? And it's just for a hackathon. Like, can you imagine? Anyway, so cool. And then they have like all their stuff. Like this pixel art is just so, it's the cutest thing, and they just keep going. It's so pretty, right? I was actually at Common Hacks, so I like, I got to meet a lot of the people on their team. They're so talented, so amazing, but their website is just on another level. I got to meet also the girl who like did all of the pixel art. She's amazing. She's great. Oh, I'm so sorry. Presentation is lagging. No. Okay. Hopefully it'll be back a little bit soon. Um but yeah, it's super pretty, I think. um so yeah, it's just like one example. We also have codex.io. Wow, this is taking forever. Wow. I swear, this was not like this Monday. I feel like I had no issues Monday. I don't know why I'm having issues today. All right, bear with me as my internet uh hopefully gets a little better. Um okay. All right. This is sort of loading. Um yeah, Codex is a site that like they like you like learn Python from like beginner like Python. And I don't know, like the video game stuff is so cool. The way that they have like pixels as like their characters. I think it's just super cute. So I wanted to do this. um so something like this. I don't know. Like video game theme ish. We'll see what we go with. But yeah, something like this. Yeah, Pokemon game type thing. Yeah. Very cool, very cool. Um yeah. Also, I'd love to go over, now that we're in the kind of like topic of like personal like websites and portfolios. I want you all to check out my beloved friend's website portfolio, uh personal site. Um he is an amazing designer. He is currently in interning at Apple working on the new iOS update. He's amazing. I'd love if it loads. I'll show you his really cool website. Yes, this is the Codex link. Everything is super laggy. No. Okay, yeah. His site is loading. All right, let's give it a second. Yes, they were at Waffle Hacks. Yeah. Okay. We'll just wait for this to load. I really want you all to see his site. It's super cool. Yes, at Frey Hacks too. I'm hoping to talk to Sunny and have him be at my hackathon too. So, um, he's amazing. Definitely a talented developer. Yes. Oh yeah. This is Brian's site. Um Basically he yes, super amazing stuff. Um he like has all his like things. He goes to school with me. I literally know him. I don't know. It feels so awesome. We work at the same like, organization. But yeah, he has like all his stuff here. It is so like neatly organized. And as a designer, right? It's like super important to have like all your stuff like laid out. It looks just like apple.com's FAQ pages. Yeah, no, I think it's probably, he had this page before he uh was interning at Apple. So I think definitely Apple's probably like a great like inspiration of him. Yeah, he is interning there. He's doing amazing. He's thriving. Um yes, yes, very cool. Um yeah. Um Anyways, yeah, that's like him. I thought his website's super cool. Just also some inspiration for everyone to like check out as well if you're thinking about doing your own site. But anyways, let's go ahead and start with mine. Okay. Oh, it's been half an hour already. I haven't done anything. Okay. All right. So, um yes, looks really clean for sure. I agree. Um okay. Let's we'll see if I can get started with my site. Okay. I think my internet's getting a little better hopefully or not. Okay. Um I have the homepage that I want to do. The main page. I have not decided yet if I want it to be able to be like scrollable or do I want people to just be on like one page. I don't know. Let's have it so that I have home one and then let's zoom out. I'll do let's like duplicate again. Control yeah. So then we'll do home to also for all of you interested in like Figma and stuff and actually like designing some stuff, there is an intro to Figma um workshop coming up later this week. So definitely check that out if you're interested in learning Figma. Um okay, yeah, we're gonna do some wireframes first for sure. So let me make a wireframe page and then we'll do like homepage and then I'm guessing like what like do I want an about page? We'll have an about page. Or wait, I guess the homepage will be the about. I don't even know. Let's see. I think I want a homepage with stuff, and then I also want to do like um the homepage will have like the projects. It'll have like I guess stuff about me. Um Yeah, I'm thinking if I just want it like just a one site thing, like how kind of how I've already have it here. Like I don't have too much stuff to show, right? I think it should be fine. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do a one page thing. But um I'll just have it like do that. Okay. Let's change like the background color of this. This is gonna be like me like as people click through, it'll be like different um it'll be different like images, right? So these colors are gonna signify like different art pieces that I have as people are clicking through. And then what is I forgot how to connect the things. Oh wait, is it just like? Okay, whatever. I don't need to like connect them. It's fine. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna do. Let's add some text. Yeah, we'll do like. Oh, we gotta make that bigger. Okay, let's see. Gotta do like, hey. Hey, it's Ellie. This is my wireframe, by the way. It is not the actual design. We are just making a low fidelity type of stuff. Hey, it's Ellie, right? Maybe something at the center, kind of. I like, I don't kind of have that here, but I have it like on this side, for example, right? Something in the middle. I want maybe like, what font is this? This is Inter, the font Inter. In the middle, and then oh, oh no, 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 no. Good job. That's so, guys. I want to show this. This is so funny. No, I love that. That is so funny. Yeah, this font is like, I don't even. I never used it before though. I think I used it on my last project or something. I don't know why it's there. Or is this just a default? I don't know. No. Let's see. We have okay, I use like other I use this one called Chivo, but I don't think it's here. Oh, it is. Oh, that is not the one. No, never mind. Why does it look like that? Is it bolded? No. So weird. That is not supposed to look like that. Oh, that's ugly. No, I'll go back. I'll go back. Fuck, what was it? Was it enter? 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 Okay, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Right. Let me copy this. Paste it on this frame. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Copy the text. Yeah. Copy. Paste here. And then paste here. And then paste here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So now it's just going to be here. Okay. And then I want like oh, maybe I'm thinking I can have like my buttons for like the like GitHub um and like LinkedIn or whatever, right? So like the or something like that. Ooh, I want this also like, you guys know like that typewriter animation? Um like have it like blinking that it's like still typing or whatever, right? So that's just gonna be there as like a little animation that I wanted to like be blinking. Maybe I want that here. I'll leave a comment. Blinking typewriter. Oh, I'm not doing that right. Oh, oh, sorry. I just stopped my thing. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Blinking text typewriter animation. After this, I'll create my portfolio too. Nice. Yes. I think it's time for all of us to start doing our portfolios. So, so true. Okay. Yeah. I have my icons for like my social media that'll be under there. I think. And then I want like a description of like my stuff of like about me. Um this is a description about me. Yes. Let me uh 32. Okay. Cuz I want to like copy, like stuff like this, right? Like about me, um stuff like that. So, we'll do that. That'll just like be under the icons. I think are three shapes evenly spaced out? I think so. Here, we'll do them smaller cuz they're going to be smaller. Description about me like right under there. And then yeah, keep in mind that the background's not going to be this color. It's going to be like a art piece that I specifically create for this. And then I want a little sandbox, and you'll see here what I mean. So I want a sandbox of like stuff. So oh wait, I also want, guys, this is crucial. I like do this everywhere where I do like a little um made with love by Ellie. Um Copyright, like trademark 2022. um yeah, okay. And then in the chat we're saying, yeah, oh yeah, like created design on Wix, but designers should have their own unique ones. Yeah, I think, yeah, if you're not, I agree with this comment here. Using web builders, literally, like I am using, like, this is like a card.co, like this is a website builder. I did not code any of this, right? Um and it's like, it really doesn't matter. I think as long as like you make it pretty and you know how to show your work, definitely good. Yes. How you make a theme or web builder your own can showcase your uniqueness too. Yep. So true, so true. Definitely agree with that as well. I think it's important to also, know how to like work with like the tools that you have available as well, especially if you like don't want to code it, right? Which is like such a hassle because like why would I need to code it, right? Like I don't need to like code this, like it's fine, like waste time for it. Anyways, yeah, but I'm actually coding this now. Okay. Anyways, yeah. All right. This is kind of like the outline of what I want, and then in this like sandbox thing, this is what I'm saying of like I want to be able to have some pieces, like um this is going to be, for example, like a thumbnail of a project, and it's going to be like draggable. Like people are going to be able to like put this to the very corner. Like it's going to be movable by users, so like just drag and drop. How am I going to make this on mobile? I have no clue, but I just really want this like type of drag and drop functionality um for like like for being on a computer, like just being able to like drag and drop stuff. um let's see, let's make another one here, like just for example of like other stuff, and it'll be like neatly laid out at the beginning, and then obviously people can scroll through all the stuff that I have. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And like, even maybe they can have like cool like pixel frames or something, right? Like it can be um like I'll be able to have it so that it's like the theme that I want, and the background's gonna be like also pixel art, right? Pixel art BG. Hi, good evening. Good evening to those coming in. Yep, it is. Um, yeah. So I don't know. What do we think so far? I'm thinking like, wait, let me just, actually, this was kind of dumb. I could just copy and paste the rest and then do the everyone don't mind me being super repetitive. Let's see. I think if you could use canvas elements and GSAP JavaScript library, you can make multiple items trackable. Yeah, I think I'll check that out. I'll take a picture so that I can also you know keep that in mind, because yeah, I mean I'm just thinking of using like P5 to like drag and drop stuff. So we'll see. And I don't even know how that's gonna work on mobile, but maybe I'll just like completely redesign. I don't know. Whatever. um, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I do. Oh no. Select frame. Okay. Yeah. So basically, yeah, this is like what I'm thinking so far. Or I guess the description has to be a little bit more like, bruh, what's going on? Oh, okay. Wait, why is it not? Oh, there we go. I don't know. Oh, or maybe, oh, I know. I'm gonna add like a little character right here. So, like just, character. Character. PNG, I don't know. I'm gonna name these like, let's see, like, asset 1, asset 2, asset 3. Bro, where's Isabel? Oh, she's right here. She's still here. She was on the floor. Oops. She's fine. Asset. Did I do 4? No. Okay, yeah. And then canvas. Oh, let's choose color palettes. Let's go. I talked about this site on my React workshop. Pulling it up again. Coolers, super cool because you can it comes up with like cool like color palettes by just a click of a button. Guys, I love this. This is cute. This is cute. That is adorable. Wait, I love this. And maybe like some pinks in here. Wow, that was actually really, really great. Let's see. I know there's a way for me to like include like color schemes on here. No. What is this? Yeah, like I can do like a new color style. Oh, this is gonna be the plus and 4 dots. Oh, is it this? Create style? Am I creating wait, not for this color though. Next to fill. Oh, yeah, but like I guess I want to like add a new one. Oh, okay. Let's do like, how do I even, okay, whatever. I'm gonna change this to like this other hex, right? And then I'm gonna, oh, I'm gonna do, wait, bruh. Okay, what am I doing? Whatever. Okay, sorry. I like can't, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna like save this color palette though, just because I think I do want yes, sorry. Coolers.co, yeah. That's the site. This is cute. I really like this. I'm also just making sure that I can like save everything here, but using this also for like the art that I am gonna create for the site too. Yeah. I don't know. This is kind of what I have so far. It is nothing too like insane, but we'll see like how this ends up going. And if you are interested in like keeping like being updated with like all the stuff that, you know, how my site does end up looking, um yeah, you can save the palette inside colors itself. Yeah. What's the site looking like so far? So yeah, like this is, I mean, this is like the plan, right? Like I'm hoping that I can uh like have this so that it's like a little bit more like detailed. Um and these will be like pretty like thumbnails of like all the designs that I do end up doing and all the projects that I'm working on. Um so that people can be interested. We can work on like maybe even like the pop-up version of it, kind of like if we go back to Brian's site, for example, he has like if you click on one, this was Brink election voting guide, like you'll see that he talks about everything that went into this design that he was working on, right? Like it's a lot. It's a lot of like great info. So I want to include a lot of like that stuff when I talk about my projects. Um so something like that we can design. I know Brian is literally amazing. Guys, he is like an icon, a legend. Like literally I can't express how much I like have so much like I don't know, so anything. Um he's great. All right, yeah. We'll do like pop up 1. Um and it can be you know like how we want it like video game theme, right? So uh we'll do like some sort of we need the link to Brian's website. So true, guys. Yes, here I'm dropping his site. I think my internet is better now, so I'll be able to like I guess we can go through it a little bit more, but this is the design he did for Brink. Look at guys, I want you all to look at this stunning like Figma. Um it's insane. How do I oh, it's like okay. Brink design's amazing. Yes. Brink is one of the nonprofits we also worked with at Hack for Impact. It's really great. He did amazing. Oh yeah, sorry. It didn't go through on Twitch, but on YouTube this his site is there for those on YouTube. Um it's right there. That's his site. Yeah. He also has cute photography. We love to see it. Yeah, he's just so great. Okay, I'll stop venting about stop like obsessing over him. Okay. Um yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, here I'll do we can do more like I guess this will be like a screenshot, right, of the oh no, not another frame. Um more like screenshots of like um the project. So maybe like I'm thinking like what, like 3 screenshots, right? Kev's going to start in 10 minutes. I think so. I got a notification for it. Yeah. Yes. Tetris. Ooh, Tetris. That sounds so cool. Everyone, a new stream is starting in 10 minutes. It's Tetris. Oh. Oops. Okay. Sorry. Yes. His gaming session. Yes. Okay. I'll finish up here quick. I'm thinking like these are like screenshots, for example, like screenshot 1, screenshot 2 of like either like the app or the site or whatever for my project. Because everything is gonna be front end stuff. It's all gonna be that. And then I'll talk about like all the cool sheets. Go here, and then I'll put a like GitHub link or like Figma, like depending if it's like a design stuff, right? So yeah, I don't know. This is what it is so far. It is like we talked about, low fidelity, just some ideas because I wasn't able to really like kind of grasp how I want to do this site like on paper. And I feel like I finally got an idea now. So yeah, I want to thank you all for joining me. I will hop off just so um, Kev can have some time to prepare for his stream in a bit. What do I think of gradients? Yes, Brian is in Dallas. Well, he's in California right now, but he is from Dallas. King. Um, what do I think of gradients? I'm not like they're not my go-tos, but you'll see here in I did a design for like a hackathon, and we did gradients for it, right? Like this is what that looks like. And I think it came out okay. I feel like maybe I should use them a little more. I don't know. I think these like are okay. Thoughts? Yes. If they're too much of it, then yes. I do agree. Um so yeah. Yes, in moderation for sure. I don't use them a lot though. But yeah. Oh my gosh, definitely though. Feel free to I Brian's like really great. If you'd love to reach out to him, I'm sure he'd love to give you some advice as well. Um, he has like all, or I guess, I'm not sure if he has any like contact stuff. I think everything is just like resume stuff. Okay. I'm not sure. If you're interested though, oh yeah, here we go. His email, his resume, his GitHub, his LinkedIn. If you'd love to like connect with him, he's great. So true. Yes, he does like a he did a design-a-thon thing. Yes, he did a hackathon. So he's in the hackathon space. I will definitely hit him up for sure. All right. Okay. Awesome. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to my live stream. It's been really great. Being here. It is my last live stream of um Global Hack Week in it. I am definitely going to be back for more like technical streams. We'll see what else I do. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. I had a blast. As always, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. Let me know what you thought of the stream. It was great. I hope you all learned a bunch of stuff. Once again, here, let me pull up. This is my site for you to check out so that you never lose track of all of the like resources that I talked about throughout like the two streams that I did. Either if you're interested in learning React or you want to check out all the UI UX stuff. Yes, of course. Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure. I'll say like a couple minutes for questions if you have a question, no worries. But yeah. I'm glad you all like the stream. Makes me so happy. Yeah, of course. Um, Thor or Iron Man? Iron Man, all the way, all the way. Oh, I like I was talking about this before. Thor is like he's a little boring. It's like I don't know. I just never really liked him like that. Yeah, of course. I'm glad you all had. How many plushies do you have? I have a lot. I have a lot. There's a lot. Like my bed is like no, it's there. I have a lot. Iron Man supremacy. So true, so true. I don't know. It's just especially I've been wanting to be an engineer since I was like 12. So it's like, you know, it's like I love this man. Gordon the shark. No. Oh my god, you're gonna like enrage like all of the Emily's Discord with this. So true. um, but yeah, no. Oh, there's also this question here that was, can anyone join Hack for Impact? So Hack for Impact is actually part of like university chapters. So you do have to be like affiliated with the university. But so yeah, it's more of like an organization through like university chapters. So I have, I go to University of Illinois, so we have a Hack for Impact chapter, and that's how I was involved. Um, so yeah, but very cool stuff though. If you're interested in checking out some of our projects, we have a bunch of cool stuff. Just Google like Hack for Impact, and it's like all there. You can see all of our stuff. Um, but yeah, thank you guys once again. I'm gonna hop off now because Kev starts in 5 minutes. Um, yeah, I'm so sorry about the lags. So sorry, but hopefully, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, no, I'm glad you all had a great time. Yes, see you all. Have a good one. Bye.